still be your protector. And I was like, because I remember telling him that, I felt like I had no one, and when I first met him, that I had no one, and I always like dreamed of just having a man in my life who would protect me. Like I said, I had been assaulted, I had been jumped, I had even been molested as a child. There was like no one there to protect me. So I mistakenly told this to him, and he used that as a way to abuse me. So anyway, he started to talk about that, and he's like, I'll be your protector still, and everything. And he's like, anything you need, just let me know. And I said, okay. And he's like, you know what? Hold on, I'm gonna go get us something to drink. He goes into the deli, and I'm sitting in the car. He comes out after like a few minutes. He comes out. He's like, here, Sunny Delight. He's like, here, let me open it for you. And I said, okay. He's like, yeah, it's really healthy and gritty, He was shaking it, and he opened it. And I said, okay. And he's like, drink, drink, drink. It's really good for you. So I started to drink it, and it was pretty gritty. I've had Sunny Delight before, but in my mind, I didn't think anything of it. I drink it, and then comes the dizziness, and then comes the blackout. And we're driving, and I'm seeing lights going by me like really quick, but it looked like kind of like a video game or like a dream. And I'm like, what's going on? And I'm feeling drowsy and dizzy, and I'm reaching out for him. He's like, no, no, just stay right there. You okay? I'm noticing that we're like on a bridge, and we keep going, and I'm like, where's my building? I gotta go home. I gotta go to work tomorrow, whatever I was saying. And he's like, no, it's okay, it's okay. And the next thing I know, I'm like out of it. I guess I'm sleeping or whatever. Next thing I know, I wake up and I'm in his bed, and I'm looking at my body, and I feel someone pulling my clothing off. I open my eyes, and it's him. And still, I could not like focus. I could not scream. I could not do anything. All I could do in my mind was pray. And I'm praying and praying to God that he would not rape me. I'm praying to God to get me out of this situation. And I remember like holding his hands and begging him, like, please don't do this to me. I'm a virgin. Please don't do this to me. And I was crying, and he's like, stop, shut up, shut up. And he's holding my mouth, and he's feeling my breast, and I'm naked. I'm fully naked by now. And he's touching my body, and he's like, come on, open your legs. And I was crying so hard, and I was saying, please, no, I'm a virgin. Please don't do this to me. Please don't, please, God, please. And I'm praying out loud. And then finally he's like, shut the F up. He's like, get out, get out. He throws my clothing on me. He's like, get out. I can't do this to you. Get out. So I start putting my clothing on. He's like, get out, get out. Get the F out of here. And I'm still like really dizzy and like out of it, and could hardly walk, but I'm stumbling down his stairs, putting my clothing on. I get outside. I realize that I'm in Queens finally by looking at street signs, but my mouth was so dry. I was so, whatever drug he gave me was so powerful. I was holding onto poles. I was walking, swaying back and forth. I remember a cop car going by me, and it did not even stop for me. And I like stopped and like waved, and they looked at me like I was like a junkie or something. And they went by me. I was holding on to things, and finally this man pulled up, this guy pulled up his car. He's like, honey, are you okay? And he was a young guy. He had music playing. He was a good looking guy. And he's like, are you okay? What's the matter? And I was like, I think somebody drugged me. He came out of his car, and he's like, come on, get in. He comes in, gets me, helps me into the car. And I'm in his car with him. I could smell air freshener. I could hear the music. And he's like, what happened? And I start to tell him that this man, I'm telling him I'm 15, and this man, this older man who's been stalking me, put something in my drink and whatever, tried to rape me but didn't get a chance to. He's like, oh my God. He's like, look, I'm kind of on the run right now. I don't want to be involved in any of this, but I'm going to get you to a safe place so you can take the train home. I'm going to get you to the train because where I was, there was no trains. The buses had stopped running. So I said, thank you so much. And he got me to the train. He helped me onto the train and he let me go. And I ended up getting home. By then I was like starting to wake up and sober up really. The thing is that this man really saved my life. I could have gotten hit by a car. I know he probably could have brought me to a police station or something. Other than that, I didn't know how to get to a police station from there, but he didn't want to get involved in any of it. He was probably scared that they were going to think it was him or whatever. But he helped me. He really saved my life, and I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that. And I never got to tell him thank you. His name was Dominique, and I know that could be a female name, but this was definitely a guy. And he was from Queens, and I'm very grateful to him for that. But anyway, I get off the train, and like I said, I was sobered up, but I was very wobbly. I get home and I go to sleep. I wake up the next morning, and I get a call from Lewis, actually. He's like, hey, good morning, sweetie. And I was like, what did you do to me? And he's like, what do you mean? And I said, you drugged me. He's like, what are you talking about? Are you okay? Are you having a mental episode? And I said, no, we were in the car and you gave me something to drink and then you tried to rape me. You brought me to Queens and you tried to rape me. And he's like, no, you're having an episode. You're having a mental episode. He's like, look, if you're gonna act crazy like this, I'm not gonna have anything to do with you anymore. I should have listened to your friends, Maria, and he started naming all my other friends. He said, they always said you were crazy because you had a bad childhood, and to stay away from you, you were trouble. And he's like, you know what, I'm gonna leave you alone. And he hung up. And like right there, he hung up, and right there I thought to myself, you know what, I'm just gonna leave this alone. I was too scared to even go to the police about what he had done to me. I was too scared to start anything because I thought to myself, if I go to the police, get him arrested, he's not going to jail for a long time. He's gonna come out and he's gonna have me killed. Or if he does go to jail for a long time, he's gonna still have me killed. He had so many connections. He knew so many people. I just left it at that. I let him play his little mind game with me, and he didn't call me. He never called me again, and I left it at that. But I had looked up his name months, or not months later, probably like a year or two later, and I saw him on the sex registry. He was actually in jail for rape. So they said incarcerated, and they showed his previous sexual offenses against the 14-year-old who he got pregnant. And to this day, he's still on the sex registry as a sexual predator. He is out on the streets, living out on the streets. And I had contacted the precinct and told them the story, but I told them that I did not want to press charges. I just said if there are any other women that come forward. But to this day, I'm still scared of this guy, deathly terrified of him because of his gang affiliations and the people that he know that always helped him out and hurt people for him. There's so many stories about people that he had beaten up, beaten to a pulp because they messed with him. And I was so blessed, and I thank God. I prayed to get him out of my life, and I prayed that night that he did not rape me, and I prayed that he did not ever hurt me, and God listened to me. And I just thank God so much for that. And I don't know, I was so blessed and so lucky to never really be hurt by this man. But that's my story. And if you are, a child who's in an abusive home or parents who are addicts, this could happen to you because you have no protection. And this happened to me. And that's not the first time that I was abused by a boyfriend or stalked or molested by an older person. It happened a lot. I was preyed upon a lot because of not having good parents and a stable family, a stable household, people there for me, or a good support system. So I just wanted to tell my story for anyone out there who's gone through anything like that, or who is going through anything like that. I wouldn't suggest that you never go to the police or be too scared to go to the police, because they have a lot of like witness protection programs that I didn't know about. I didn't know anything. I had no support to help me or tell me anything. But there are ways to get out, get away, and get these people in trouble. So I am a survivor, and I just wanted to tell my story to anyone who is out there to listen. So thanks for listening, and it helps to talk about this. Thanks for listening. Bye.